is our pleasure to present to you tonight an interpretation of the Grinch. It will be unlike any version you've ever seen before. Interpretive speech employs theater of the mind, so you will see no costumes or props on our stage tonight. So let us help you use your imagination and enjoy.
And now I will stuff up the tree.
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
Why, my sweet little tot, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it back home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back to you.
Not sure who left that on.
Was that what was making all that noise? I could hear it from the throne of the Most High.
Boy, aren't you a grouchy Grinch today? And no wonder you must ache by hanging on your hand. Here, let me just help.
Oh, thank you. That's better. I can stretch. Oh, your wings. They're all full and increased. You must have sat on them during the feast.
Oh, bother. And I just have been driving the sun. It's not that big of a deal, although we sure are complaining about material things. And to think, on this holiday.
Oh, stop it. Let's watch something. What is the show anyway?
Are you serious?
Really, what is this? Why is there a green creature and a tiny person?
First off, that is the Grinch. And that is a very young who.
It's who?
No, it's a who. Don't tell me you've never seen the Grinch.
Well, I suppose I have now. He's standing right in front of me.
No. Dr. Seuss's classic story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Well, I suppose we have to change that now, don't we? Let's rewind this then and start from the beginning. Please adjust your cloud and turn off, well, just get comfortable since this is a great one.
Every who here in Whoville likes Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lives just north of Whoville, does not.
Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on right every Christmas season.
You know just as well as I do. Heads don't pop on, they screw on. I remember you were standing 2 rows down from me in creation.
Yes, I know. But you also didn't know about the who's. Maybe their heads do screw on. I wasn't watching Dr. Seuss when he created them on paper. But it could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason, maybe that his heart was 2 sizes too small.
He stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, rigid frown at the warm light of windows below in their town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming. But how? All the Who children will wake early tomorrow morning and rush for the toys, and then, then the noise. The noise.
And then all of us Who's, young and old, will sit down and feast. We will feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beast.
I can't stand that stuff in the least. Then it gets worse.
Every Who here in Whoville, the tall and the small,
We stand close together.
with Christmas bells ringing,
They stand hand in hand.
and us Who's would start singing.
They'll sing.
And we'll sing, oh,
And they'll sing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it. I must find some way to stop this whole thing. But how?
Then the Grinch got an idea.
An awful idea.
Yes, of course. The Grinch got a wonderful, idea.
I know just what I'll do. I'll make a quick Santa Claus coat and a Santa Claus hat. What a great Grinchy trick. With this Santa Claus coat and this Santa Claus hat, I look just like old Saint Nick. Now, all I need is a reindeer.
but since reindeer are scarce, there was none to be found. The roast beef speakings, most of the ones around.
Well, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
What? Now the Grinch was a creator too? Come on.
No. Just watch this classic and I'll explain anything you don't get.
Matt!
So he called his dog Max and he took some red thread.
And you tried to put on the top of his head?
Then he got some old bags and some old empty sacks on a a ramshackle sled, and he hitched up old Max.
All the windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air.
This is stop number 1. And these stockings are the first thing to go.
Hey, that's my house.
Around the whole room, he took every present.
Every present? All the pumpkins and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and plums.
I don't even want to know why you got so excited about those earthly things. I'd say you sounded almost human for a moment.
What can I say? Well, you've been reading classic literature. I've been watching these humans at work. Eons.
Well, if I hadn't, I could explain this movie to you. So he slunk to the icebox, and he took the goose feast. He took the who pudding. He took the roast feast.
And now, I will stuff up the tree.
Oh, I remember this part. This is where we walked in.
Indeed it is. Now shush! This is when it gets good.
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
Why, my sweet little top, there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it back home to my workshop, mind you. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here. Now go on to bed, and all will be well in the morning.
And he did the same thing with the other whose houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other whose mouses.
Oh, you know as well as I do that the word is nice. You don't get to change an entire language just to make it a rhyme.
I most certainly can and will, and now I shall continue still. It was 15:15 dawn, all the who's still abed, all the who's still a-snooze. We packed up the sled, packed it up with the presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode slowly to the tip-top to Duet.
Coo to the who's. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. Now that's a noise that I must simply hear.
But despite the Grinch's burdens, Christmas was here. So it made a sound in the snow, full of good cheer.
What can this be?
Every moon they're in Newfoundland is singing.
Yes, Margaret. Yes, they are.
Oh, good grief. Here we go again. Trying to say their soft as clouds.
I couldn't love the singing even more, and everyone sang as never before.
It came without ribbons, it came without tags, it came without boxes, packages, or bags.
And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. We can ask more than this part. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe, perhaps, Christmas means a little bit more.
Then the Grinch did the best thing of all.
And he brought back the presents and the food for the feast. And he himself, he the Grinch, carved the roast feast.
And now here in Whoville, we say the Grinch is up for 3 sizes that day.
Well, I do suppose that's a classic for a reason. Now, if only the rest of God's creation could remember Christmas the way that Dr. Seuss did.
Maybe they do.
Hopefully now, instead of the garlands and gifts, people will see the love of God through the kindness we show this time of year. Remember, this Christmas is the birth of our Savior isn't about receiving gifts, but instead about storing up gifts somewhere else.
Which reminds me of a verse from the Holy Bible. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says,
Do not store up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures upon heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your heart lies, there your treasure will lie also.
And with that,
I'd like to wish you
A Merry Christmas to all.
and to all, a good night.
come on, Joe. You've got this. Just walk up there and give Mrs. Dashwood your manuscript. It's the best you've written yet. Now, just march on up there, make your family proud, and give that publisher your papers.
already.
Good afternoon, ma'am. A friend of mine asked me to offer you a story, just as an experiment. She'd be glad to write more of the suits.
Not a first attempt, I take it.
No, ma'am. She has some experience and won a prize for a tale in the Blarney Stone Banner, our local fair.
Oh, did she? Well then, we'll take this if she wouldn't object to a few alterations.
Alterations? But every word builds up her story and is crucial to her character development. If you don't like it, I'll take it to some other publisher.
Now, miss, her story isn't necessarily bad. It's just that I can't publish something like this. It's too long, and as a novel, doesn't have much merit. But turning into a short story, now that has potential. I'll give her a start with this one, and next time you can come back with something better.
Better? But this is the best I've written yet. Besides, isn't tragedy all the rage right now?
For most audiences, yes. You do read quite a bit, don't you?
Yes, I do. But I love my writing more. Sometimes I'll begin a piece, and before I know it, days have gone by, and I don't mind missing a few suppers for it.
I can see you are very committed to your writing, so I'm sure you won't mind if I cut it down a bit. This could go, and this, and all of this, but this is good. And thusly entwined, our dear hero and heroine breathe their last. You see, this is what people want.
But, ma'am, I thought every story should have some sort of a moral, so I took care to have a few of my sinners repent.
People nowadays want to be amused, not preached at. This, though, this is decent. I'll take it.
Well, then, how much? That is what compensation?
Normally, for things of this sort, I'll give $25 to $30. This, though, I'll give you 20 for this, and next time you can come back with something better.
Well, in that case, I'll be taking it to some other publisher. Good day, ma'am, and thank you for your consideration. How dare she? The audacity. Sure, I'm looking to be published for the first time, but that doesn't mean she has to rip the whole thing up. That was some of my best writing she tore out. My deepest, most meaningful scene. And she wants me to be better? Better than what? Better than this dazzling plot. Better, this story will be my key lear. Each phrase is better than them. Better, even my smallest whim is better. How can she miss what's so clear? How can I do better than what's already here? How can what she said to me be true? If I don't succeed, what will I do? Turn around, go back to my home, leave the world behind and unknown. No, how dare she make me doubt the way I feel? Doubt that each thrilling page is who I am. Are these words alive with passion, vivid as my attic, where it all began? Or am I better when I am home? Yes, here I am, back home.
Write a letter, be inventive, tell you everything is fine. Be attentive to the distance, send my love with every line. Every word should bring you closer and caress you with its tongue. Nothing should remind you that I am here alone.
I can't tell you what I'm feeling. I can't talk about the war, how the pealing of the church bells brings the battle to our door. I don't know which part is harder. Would I know what's unknown? You're raising little
fresh glass of water.
Walter James Lawrence.
Lance, is that you?
Incorrect! I am not Lent, nor did I ever be. I am the ghost of Christmas.
I've always heard there were three of you.
I am the ghost of Christmas past, present, and
Huh?
budget cuts. Money's gotten really tight for young. You know, trade tariffs and whatnot. We haven't let a lot of people go. And besides, showing old geezers like you their steak, it isn't really that much of a side hustle.
There are others. I'm your side hustle.
Don't worry about that. There are things I must show you for you to understand my reasoning for coming. Do you remember that little girl from the mill? She was so small and frail and helpless. And you didn't help her. You were obstinate and selfish.
I have no recollection of the occasion you speak of.
Of course you don't. Let me refresh you. Water! Water! Please, sir, can you spare a cup of water?
Oh. Poor little waif. Did she not see the people in the street are trying to go about their day?
Look at her. So sad and thirsty. All alone in the cold. She's hungry. And there isn't a chance she'll get a meal today. Unless you happen to stumble upon her and hear her say, please. Dearest Mr. Lawrence, sir, I need a drink. I haven't got a home. To be honest, I'm starting to think that this Christmas, it could be my last. That's why I sit here each day, waiting for you to pass by.
It's a pity your parents are then to beg at my feet for a drink or a morsel that your family could eat. It would be better if your father were to look for a job than to tell me that your work was probably your fault.
Sir, my parents are gone. They work themselves to the bone. They try to keep going till they die. I know they filled empty graves and left an empty home behind. Please, sir, please, just a cup of water, just a drop and swallow.
Tell me, child, I haven't got the time.
Please, sir, please, I know you haven't.
Just go home.
I haven't got a home.
I know, and it doesn't change your mind. I told you I haven't got the time to deal with you. I've just made an investment in the water company. I've got contracts to arrange. This is keeping me for far too long. Off to the town hall.
Selfish, obstinate and selfish.
Keeping me for far too long. Off to the town hall. You've been keeping me for far too long. Off to the town hall. You kept me for far too long.
You're obstinate and selfish man! So, any thoughts, changed opinions, or concerns?
Absolutely not. That bratty little girl begging? How dare she? I was very busy that day.
You were on a meeting that didn't start for another hour.
Well, I care about Grinch Valley. I work hard, all day, as the owner of the only water company in town. I work very hard, unlike that little girl.
Imagine, that poor little dear working? What an entirely heartless thing to suggest.
I don't suggest. I say send the children to the mines. Start them young, and they shall be great contributors to our economy. The youth of today are the foundation of tomorrow. That's what I say.
Do you not understand why child labor laws were instituted into our society? Before the widespread of unions and... it's fine, whatever. We need to focus on the real issue. Like the fact that ghosts still haven't unionized, and I'm forced to work long hours with an old geezer like you. Do you think I want to be here?
Yes?
Wrong again! I spend all my free time working here because corporate HQ forces me to. Ghost lives matter!
Ghosts?
Never mind. The weird focus on issue here. Like that poor little girl. The fact that she's going thirsty is entirely your doing.
And how is that?
You are the owner of the only water company in town?
I'm rather proud of this fact, I assure you. It happens to be one of my more profitable ventures.
Yeah, but you don't make sure that everyone in town has clean water now, do you?
Well,
Certainly, it's no personal matter, but we're in business. They give me money, I'll give them water. No money, no water. It's business.
Some things are more than business, man. All the people in the town are dying of dehydration, and you do nothing. And the prices you set are so high that soon no one will be able to afford water. Everyone will leave town. The city will collapse, and you will be left alone, all by yourself, with no water.
That is absurd. The city will thrive, and if those who can't afford the water leave, they will better our society by it.
I'm afraid you are too far gone, Lawrence. I have only one thing left in my arsenal that I can show you. Now pay attention.
Ghost, what is this place?
I said, pay attention.
No. I see a vision of the city falling into decay, and in its clutches all its citizens who couldn't escape. The water company is deserted. The houses are empty.
I hate to break it to you, but I knew that's what you see.
But how did this happen?
I told you that too. The city went to dust and I blamed it on you.
Life is money and power and economic advantage. This vision is taking my purpose and rearranging. Maybe there is a bit beauty in a love for another that transcends the motivation to control and to chase power. But I've been often selfish. Throughout all my days, I chased the treasures of the world and they fell away. Take me back to reality. I can make a change. Some things are more than this. I can save this place. When I do, the first one to get trained is you. Ghost, I can change this. I must change this. Tell me what I have to do. I will do anything. I'll be back.
I mean, that's amazing, actually. I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think you would change, and I'm actually surprised that I did my job this good with the fact that you changed. So, congrats!
I'm going to stay behind you for Christmas.
Let's go!
Dear child, take this. Look so skinny and drink and so frail and weak.
Mr. Lawrence, you're giving me water?
Yes, child, I am. And I'm lowering the prices for everybody. These are my plans to raise the rates. Not anymore.
Mr. Lawrence, do you really mean that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
See, isn't being kind so nice?
Yes. Yes? Yes, I believe it is.
Well, then it looks like my work here is done.